former member of the Swedish Parliament from the Moderate Party, and speakers included Paolo Kazaka, MEP, Joint Chair of the Friends of a Free Iran in the European Parliament, Lars Riise, former member of the Norwegian Parliament, Hans Christian Nierskov, President of the International Sakharov Committee, Kenneth Lewis, Chair of the Lawyers Without Borders in Sweden, Rigmor Gilberg, Chair of the Red Cross Research Centre for Victims of Torture based in Stockholm, Vidar Rogland, Norwegian jurist, Justad Granros, Professor of Philosophy in Stockholm University, Mohammad Mohaddesin, Chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, Parviz Khazai, representative of the NCRI in Nordic countries, Christian Aziz, writer and journalist, and Azadeh Zabati, jurists both from the UK. In a video message, Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, President-elect of the Iranian Resistance, said,
آخوندها چون رژیمشون رو لرزان و بی‌تعادل دیدند خودشون رو به در و دیوار میکوبند تا فضا رو نسبت به اساسی ترین تهدید موجودیت خودشون یعنی مقاومت ایران مغشوش و آشفته کنند. حکومت آخوندها برخلاف اونچه در ظاهر جلوه میده عمیقاً در مهلکه گرفتار شده. اونچه موجودیت این رژیم رو تهدید میکنه اعتلاع مقاومت ایرانه، به نحوی که کارزار عظیم آخوندها برای متلاشی کردن یا دست کم به محاق بردن این مقاومت روز به روز بیشتر فرو میریزه. حالا سنای بلژیک به اتفاق آرا از اتحادیه اروپا میخواد که در گنجاندن نام مجاهدین در لیست سازمان‌های تروریستی تجدید نظر کنه و خواهان اتخاذ سیاست قاطع علیه رژیم آخوندی میشه و 1300 حقوقدان از انگلستان تاکید میکنند که زمان فاصله گرفتن از رژیم ایران و قرار گرفتن در طرف میلیون ها ایرانی و جنبش مقاومت اونها فرا رسیده. و همچنین 405 نماینده مجلس انگلستان با تاکید بر ضرورت حذف برچسب بی‌اعتبار تروریسم از نام نیروی اصلی جنبش مقاومت ایران اعلام می‌کنند که راه حل مسئله ایران تغییر دموکراتیک با تکیه بر مردم و مقاومت ایرانه.
Mr. Paolo Kazaka, who headed a fact-finding delegation to Camp Ashraf, where thousands of PMOI members in Iraq reside, told the audience of his experience in Camp Ashraf and refuted the claim by Joe Stork, the author of the Human Rights Watch report against the PMOI, that the US military did not allow a visit to the camp by his group. He briefed the gathering on his meetings with members of the PMOI and stressed that the Human Rights Watch report wanted to skip the facts because it would not succeed. He vowed to continue with his campaign to seek an explanation from Human Rights Watch for its false allegations against the PMOI. In reference to a large volume of disinformation material sent by various agents of the Iranian regime to parliamentarians in Norway and elsewhere, Lars Riise wondered why the regime spent so much money, time and manpower just to discredit the PMOI. This is happening while more terrorist threats are coming out of the Iranian regime every day. Mr. Lewis said that in his visit to Camp Ashraf, together with his Danish colleague, they each met with 100 members of the PMOI, and not a single one complained of his or her stay in Camp Ashraf. He praised the movement for the role of women in its key positions as a proof of great achievement in women's rights as well as human rights within the PMOI. Other distinguished speakers gave their account of the PMOI and expressed abhorrence against Ahmadinejad's threatening remarks. They emphasized that there was no longer any justification to maintain the PMOI in the terror list as a concession to the ruling fundamentalist regime in Iran. They all agreed that the regime needed to tarnish the image of its main opposition, as it is a major obstacle to its expansionist ambitions, especially in Iraq. They also underlined the increasing isolation of the regime within the country and in the international arena due to recent remarks by its president, which makes it even more crucial for the mullahs to neutralize their opposition to delay change in Iran. Therefore, they concluded that the removal of the terror tag against the PMOI is even more pressing now than at any other time.